Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam RPG with me, Bring It On. Let's speak to this guy in the black jacket. A clean-shaven man in his 30s is looking down through a pair of glasses perched on the end of his nose at a recently printed topographical map. He folds the paper in half as he lifts his gaze to you. Hello, traveler. Are you by chance familiar with a village called Ultranoye? Sure, I know it well. Why do you ask? The man's face lights up like a 1,000-watt bulb. Great, great. Could you add it to this map, please? Why? Are you planning a raid? Why do you need that info? What the heck? What raid? Do I look like a gangster to you? I'm a cartographer. I'm developing a map of this area. Well, alright then. Give me your map and I'll help you out. You mark Ultranoye in the map, and awe once again at how this man's map seems so fresh and new. Ah, bellissimo. Just don't get the wrong idea. I'm composing this map on behalf of a merchant conglomerate. They asked me to chart the most significant settlements. At first, I was going to simply buy a map from one of the locals. They tend to include a lot of less significant locations. Caches, farmsteads, sites of ancient car crashes, abandoned buildings, weird stuff like that. Thus I decided to draw my own map, one containing only the pertinent information. Quite an interesting mission you've got. If I had any talent making maps, I'd offer to help, but I do not. Let's talk about something else. Let's do so. However, I have a couple of questions. Sure, be my guest. What do I care? Did I check his... barter? No. I'll take that. Who are you? My name is Zakar. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure's all mine. So one more question. What are you busy with? I'm a cartographer by trade, all thanks to a reasonably priced 5-month cartography course. That's an uncommon profession. One more question. Where are you from? Repkin and Son, my employers, and I are from Kherson. They're planning to expand their mercantile business to your forest steppe in a year or two. If by that time you haven't been conquered, and it's still profitable, that is. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. Let me ask you something else. I am listening. Got any good rumors to share? I monitor map locations and local rumors. How do you like this? From time to time, people in the wasteland stumble upon various anomalies. I'm not talking about witchcraft or stuff like that. I mean just really weird stuff. A 1 kopeck coin apparently issued in 1993, after the war. An old newspaper in which Gorbachev is referred to as President of the USSR instead of General Secretary. A toy produced in some country called the Russian Federation, or even the shoulder strap of a Generalissimo, though no one ever held this rank after Stalin. Ordinary merchants turn their backs on finds like these. I've heard that somewhere around here is a man, or a whole gang of men, with bottomless pockets and a desire to buy these bizarre trinkets, at any price. No one knows where to look for this man. However, the name Mistprom Torg often pops up in conversations with stalkers getting drunk after suddenly coming into loads of money. Thanks for sharing, buddy. One more question. The man interrupts you mid-sentence. You know, I strongly advise against you looking for that man. I've heard it said that people who owe their fortunes to him have a very short life expectancy. Not always from being robbed by other gold diggers. It seems these particular fat cats just run out of luck. I heard one got killed by a falling brick while wandering around the wasteland with no buildings in sight. The other had a rat crawl into his open mouth while he was asleep. A third was pecked to death by pigeons. You get the idea. Yes. Let me ask something else. Let's change the subject. You know, I'd better get going. So I don't remember that guy. I'm assuming that we can find him. I just don't remember doing it myself. My previous run. Oh, okay. Guess I will take that. I have an idea. Nope, they don't like that. I thought I was in the clear. Also, this guy has on one of these helmets. I don't remember what it's called. But it's very uncommon. I guess a lot like the sword in that capacity. I think it's the best helmet you can get. Defensively. There's another helmet that can help you offensively. Alright, let's talk to this guy. The man who sits in front of the table somehow manages to shout slogans, skillfully count money with his fat covered with ring fingers, constantly wipe the sweat from his forehead, and inhale black greasy smoke from a massive cigar. He even manages to talk to you. Hey there, big guy. I see that you have a dog. A Mongolian wolfhound. Good choice. Maybe you want to put him in a fight, or what? I'll make a bit of moolah, if you get lucky, that is. Maybe you'd be interested in buying my dog. The man meticulously studies Zulbars, and finally puts on a disinterested look. Well, he is of good breed, but where is the glimmer in his eyes, and withers in shot embedded? I don't know. 400 rubles is an okay price for him, I guess. Maybe even less. You with me? Hey man, don't insult my dog. He's a real killer. Okay, fine. I guess I could put some 300 rubles as extra. You dig? But no more. More would be a daylight robbery. Yeah, I don't sell my friends for such amounts. Don't waste my time, big guy. Tell me the rules of the dogfights. Rules. The manager smirks contemptuously. The main rule here is that there are no rules, okay? The fight goes to death. The winner takes it all, but the loser, only his or her dead mutt. Sounds interesting. I'd like to take part in it. That's what I like to hear. The bets are 50 rubles, a coward's choice, 100 rubles, also a coward's choice, 300 rubles, choice of a normal person. The house takes 10% of the win. You dig? So what do you say? Who'll be my opponent, or who will be my dog's opponent in this fight? It'll be the devil occupying the body of a beast. Jeez, this is hard to read. It'll be the devil occupying the body of a beast by the name of Ribsy. Your dog needs to be careful with this one. Alright, let's bet 300 rubles. 300. Now that I can respect. Okay, what you waiting for? Put your dog, a human's best friend, into the smaller cage near the arena. You command Zulbars to get into a smaller cage that serves as a kind of waiting area before the fight. You show him, Zulbars. Before we get started, I do want to make clear I don't endorse dogfighting in real life, but I do endorse making money in video games and experience. So Zulbars was only taking 1 damage per hit there. The man distracts himself from counting money and gives you a sly wink. Congratulations. You, as the owner of the champ, get your deserved 540 rubles. And we got 36 experience. The fat manager of the dogfights is chewing on a cigar and counts the money, licking his fingers. He begrudgingly looks at you and waves dismissively. Give your dog some rest, will you? Come back tomorrow. So I don't actually remember if there is a end to these dogfights. I assume there's only so many descriptors for each dog. Once they start repeating, maybe we'll call it quits there. But until then, we'll just keep fighting these guys. Hey there, big guy. You come to me to put your dog into the ring. I'll just read it normally. Hey there, big guy. You come to me to put your dog in the ring? Yep, I'd like to take part in it. Alright, who will be my dog's opponent in this fight? It will be a battle-hungry dog by the name of Bailey. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Alright, 300 rubles. So there shouldn't be a fight here that Zulbars struggles against at all. I suppose you can loot their bodies. Oh, no, you can't. Unless they're in a ring or a thing nearby. Alright, so the only thing that's going to hinder me here is hunger. Even that I'm not super worried about. So it'll be the death in dog's body by the name Pickles, although people say that he injured his paw in his last fight. Alright, let's make some more money. We'll be leaving here a wealthy man. So I thought after you won so many, he said you can't participate anymore, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. Or, at least not yet. I'm trying to remember, I think we did 6 fights in my previous run. I don't actually remember. I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, resting. Eat a cracker. Rest again. Let's see, it'll be a dog that my cousin... It'll be a dog that many consider to be immortal by the name of Akela. People whisper that his fur is made out of iron, and his teeth are actually road spikes. That does hit pretty hard. Not as hard as Zulbar's hits. But Zulbar's has been wandering the waste with me. He's been fighting much scarier things than dogs. These dogs have no idea what Zulbar's has been up against. He is a wasteland warrior. I should try to waiting just 12 hours instead of the full 24 and see if he lets me fight every 12 hours. That would save me food. So he'd be the ultimate warrior by the name Duke. People whisper that his fur is made out of... Okay. Hold on. I didn't get to read that banner, so why are you telling me this? Because if a person calls you a Trotskyist, the name will stick and everyone will call you a Trotskyist. Oh my. Boss, why are you making me travel with this demented man? I didn't get to read the whole first thing that Hexagen was saying to Fidel. Alright, let's try waiting for just 12 hours and then talking to him. Maybe that'll be long enough to set up the next fight. Nope. It's gonna be the full 24 hours. So the description for the last fight was a repeat, but the name was new. It'll be the dog, merciless as time itself, by the name Blood. People say that his jaws can break a steel beam. If you say so. Surprised Bars is getting hit as often as he is, because he's not moving in the fight, so his dodge is going up. So what is his dodge right now? 35, and when he holds still, yeah, +5, so he goes up to 40. I wish you could just rest for 24 hours. Not entirely sure why you can't. So he'll be a giant among dogs by the name Jack, who was born during a dog fight and killed his first enemy while still being a blind pup. But yeah, we'll do this until either the names repeat, they tell us we can't do it anymore. We'll find a good stopping point for this. So I want to see if there is an actual end to the dog fights. Or if it just keeps on going forever. Because if it does, it's a good way to grind money. And experience. That dog actually put up a decent fight. That's not good. Let's see. He'll be a giant among dogs by the name Benji. He was born during a dog fight and killed his first enemy while still being a blind pup. There was a movie named Benji. I don't remember it super well. I remember there being a scene where he eats dog food, and that's about, like, wet dog food, I think. Like, he sneaks into and out of this abandoned house. I don't remember the plot of the movie. There is a movie named Benji. About a dog named Benji. I had it on VHS. It's done on the first turn. So I am wondering how many names they put in here for dogs. Let's see. Keep forgetting what key I need to press to rest. Alright, we're starting to repeat now. We'll do this one and then we will, well, this is actually a new description, though. It'll be the dog, merciless as time itself, by the name Ribsy. This pooch thinks of only his new victories. Alright, last fight, and then we'll, yeah, we'll move on. We can talk to more NPCs. Seems like you just grind this out forever. You get a very good source of money, a decent source of experience. It's only like 36 experience per pop, but since you're making 540 rubles per fight. When Donnie completes this assignment... Oh, come on. I wish it put their conversations in the, Cough, cough, old fool. Cough, cough. Why are you coughing? Oh, we'll get to the atomic officer's quarters. We'll have some beer, and you'll never cough again. Alright, let's see if we can talk to this guy. Not paid for talking. Okay. So I don't think we can talk to any of the guys around the edge of the arena. Let's go ahead and slip on our stealth thing while we try and loot these containers. Just to play it safe. Let's talk to... Oh, you can loot the dogs over here. I missed that. Whoopsies. I was looking for that. Okay, cool. So you get mad if I loot this? Alright, let's go talk to this lady over here. $13 rubles. See, a tall blonde of around 30 with wide shoulders, strong arms, and a scar disfiguring the right half of her face lights a ciggy from a small device like a miniature blowtorch. She turns in your direction and answers a question nobody asked. I'm not interested in mercenary work. I'm on vacation. Go bother someone else. I wasn't about to offer you work, just wanted to ask some questions. The woman exhales a cloud of smoke from her newly lit ciggy. That's better. Speak. Are you local or from out of town? I'm from the north, but I haven't been back that way since childhood. Came straight here from Sevastopol. Sevastopol? No jobs out there currently. I see, I see. Another question. Get on with it. What are your thoughts on this place? You people live in the safest place around, and don't even know it. Can't help but laugh when I hear some peasant crying about bandits or unfair government. You have no idea how good they've got it. Strange things come up when you make comparisons. Ask anything you like. What do you do for a living? I'm a guard and military consultant. Before this gig, I was feeding off all the tiny wars going on around the wasteland. It was pretty fun, until it suddenly wasn't. Life of action, huh? Let me ask you something else. Spit it out. Care to share some local gossip? I don't know. Everything is so safe, the people so juvenile around here. Even the rumors sound like they were made for little kids. For example, a hot piece of news concerns a guy who got himself a pet mimic. Only people with easy lives and lots of time on their hands come up with such foolishness. A pet mimic sounds awesome. Next question. Try me. The first time we met, you spoke of mercenary work. I'm a mercenary. I fix problems in exchange for money, but a few months ago I decided to take it easy for a bit, so I joined this here guard regiment. You're taking a rest by working as a guard? The woman lazily blows a smoke ring in your direction. After what I've seen on the battlefield, guard work is like a vacation. Sometimes several days that go by where I don't even need to shoot anyone. Which actually looks familiar. Portrait looks familiar. Are you an experienced mercenary? What's your kill count? The woman takes out a weathered Nagant pistol and spins it on her finger. Tens of tiny lines are carved into the barrel. I keep score by marking Matilda's barrel, and this doesn't include small fry or civilians. They don't even get a mark. Why do you leave the mercenary life behind? The woman shrugs and spits on the floor. Don't know. Maybe I just wanted to change things up a bit. Maybe I got tired. Or maybe, you know. I don't think I do know. Can you elaborate? The woman looks you straight in the eye for a minute or two. Finally, she comes to some private conclusion and continues talking as if there had been no break in the conversation. Maybe I got burned out when my baby decided to prematurely crown while I was hiding on an active battlefield. I was gunning down drug-crazed savages with one hand, while pulling this bloody lump of dead flesh out of my body with the other. Hee hee. Something broke inside me that day. Let's change the subject, okay? Yeah, let's do that. Try me. Alright. Well, that's why she quit mercenary work. That's a good reason. Go in here. Hey kid, you better talk to Mambet. Alright, so we've heard of Mambet before. I don't think he has a lot to say to us right now, but we will talk to him later. He's involved in a quest. We might have the quest, actually. Alright, companions, I need you guys to get out of the way, please. Alexander, that includes you, man. Thank you. Okay, something they don't want me to steal. That's fine. On a wide bed lies a hefty man of middle age. His column-like legs are crossed. This modern-day barbarian sighs as he surveys his female servants, busy with various chores. When he sees you, his thick brows come together for a moment, after which he smiles widely, showing off 2 rows of glittering gold teeth. Aha ha ha ha. Look at the tough guy who came to visit. What do you want with me? Just checking the place out. There were no guards outside, so... I have posted no guards, true. But is that a reason to walk into my room without warning? Haha, I'm not mad, but what do you want? Just a few questions. I can spare a few minutes, I guess. Ask away. Tell me about Peregon. Ah, my boy. It's a really rotten place, as rotten as Krasno itself. All the large settlements are like this nowadays. Not to mention the infighting among the local leaders. No doubt about it. Crap is bad. Right, I have some other questions. If you have any questions, just ask. Tell me about the trade situation. Trade is good. From Volgodonsk to Trudograd, from Trudograd to the mountain pass of Woes, from Krasno to Pyatigorsk, and so on and so on. Right up to the oil baron steppes. Peregon is a major hub in this whole mess. Not the biggest, but not the smallest either. I see. Can I ask something else? What else do you want to know? Tell me about the caravans. Ah, you should have seen them. They arrive here from every direction, filled with iron and brass, fruits and vegetables, trucks with coal and gasoline. Carpets come to us from the east, grain from the west. Many wares go through Peregon, but it's mostly inventory for big buyers, not hawkers at the Sunday market. But what do you know? Can I ask something else? Tell me some recent rumors. Haha, did you hear about the new Dig Popov novel? Funny book, that one. Who knew there were still writers left in the world? But it did, apparently. Another question. Finally finished with your questions. Well, what else do you want? Who are you? Can I maybe help you with something? You? Haha. No, little man. Good old Mambatov has everything under control. And what isn't under my control, well, I'm not telling you about that. Ha ha ha. Anything else? Or are you just gonna stand there like Lot's wife? I won't keep you any longer. It's a Mambatov. I swore that we've heard that name. But I don't remember where. But I do know we come back here later and talk to him for a quest. Alright, we are encumbered now. Let's take care of that. We'll give the explosives to Alexander. Think he cares if we loot these or not? Doesn't seem like it. I'm gonna give Alexander some scrap metal because we are gonna need scrap metal coming up. I don't remember exactly how much scrap metal we need, but we do need a decent chunk. You see a young man gazing upward in deep contemplation. Every so often, he bends over his sketch pad and adds a few strokes to an unusual drawing. Noticing you, he gives you a friendly smile and nods. Oh, too bad I already finished painting Stalker's Resting. You would have been a perfect model. Just the type. How can I help you? Could you answer a couple of questions for me? Easy peasy, a little Miss Sneezy. What are you most interested in? Who are you? My name is Trudemir. I'm a traveling artist. Nice to meet you, Trudemir. Next question. Are you a local? You know, I've worn out so many pairs of boots in this life. I don't even remember where I put the first pair on. I was just a little boy and my parents decided the open road was the best home of all. So that's how it is. Okay, one more question. I'm listening. What are you doing here? I found a job in my favorite field, the fine arts. I'm creating illustrations to complement the dubious graphomania of a local comrade, Gubstov, who recently penned his own space opera, Dig Popov and the Mystery of the Lost Bust. So now I'm sitting here drawing and receiving money from the government. Lucky you. One more question. I got any good rumors to share? While people like me are trying to bring life to the fading spark of the high arts, a bunch of circus mutants not far from here put on horrible, vulgar shows. Imagine a pretty woman speaking out of her nether regions, or a ship brothel where you can solicit services from a decadent bisexual serving time in the sex army. Truly, there's no morality in today's world. I wouldn't say that. One more question. Nothing specific. Let's talk about something else. Sure, no problem. From what I can tell, you're an artist. The man tucks his much-chewed pencil behind his ear and innocently shrugs. Also thought we died out after the great absats, but no, there's still artists in this world. Some of them are even able to make a living. While we're on this topic, I can tell you're a man of experience. Perhaps you could help me with a project of mine. Depends on the project. Tell me more. The man rubs his forehead, scratches his chin, and looses a world-weary sigh. I was hired to illustrate some science fiction books by a local writer, Gubstov. At first it was going really well. I was drawing stalkers and turning them into intergalactic communists, and modeling alien specimens from other planets on the humble Mimic. But then something went wrong. Exactly. Now I need to draw a vicious monster laying an ambush for the protagonist, Dick Popov, in the labyrinth of the busty Duchess of Uranus, Marina Smirnova. I made a few sketches, but I need inspiration. A great model, or at least a great story to go on. So here's what I was thinking. Hey, let me see a picture of this busty Duchess. I'll give it right back, promise. It's not ready yet, sorry. So what did you come up with? The most experienced stalkers whisper of a strange beast that roams the north, a gargantuan creature called Kukish. Though I've never seen it in person, I have no intention of ever doing so. If an eyewitness to this monstrosity could tell me about it in detail, I'm certain I could draw the most terrifying picture you've ever seen. I'm not planning on traveling north anytime soon. Do you happen to know anyone who's actually seen the monster? A famous stalker came to Krasno a while back. He's reputed to have seen Kukish and narrowly escaped with his life. If you could talk to this guy and tell me his story, I'll pay you 300 to 500 rubles. The stalker's name is Patrick. I can't promise anything, but we'll see. For now, let's change the subject. Okay. So I'm just going to drop this salt. Alright, before you stands a thin, aged man in a cloth hat. His eyes look sunken into his skull because of the black rings around them. The eyes of the old man, though, seem pretty sharp, like those of a hunter. He's got you in his center of attention. The man does not tense up too much as you come closer, but still, he takes some measures to prepare himself for conflict. He grabs his revolver tighter, bends his knees a bit, and gets between you and the door that he obviously guards. What do you need, kid? Forgot something? Don't you know whose room this is? I didn't forget anything, just walking around. Want to talk? The old man moves his eyebrows together. About what? Well, what's your name, for example? Everyone calls me Grandpa Zhenya nowadays, the bastards. Like they don't know that once I was known as Zhenya the mass shooter. And what's your name, kid? My name is... Grandpa Zhenya gets a bit closer to you. Donnie. Glad to meet you. You too. Now a few questions. What else do you want? What's it like, being a guard over here? Not too bad. It's calm. Most of the guys sleep half of their shift. I don't blame them. Nothing usually happens here. A nice place to work then. Another question. What can you tell me about Peregon? In my days it's hard to make or take in change, but I was always for the creation of Peregon. Being a guard for the traders is much better than being a river pirate. Well, there's some wisdom in your words. Another question. I got any good rumors to share? I heard anything about the river shepherd? They say it's a huge fish that got all smart because of the radiation, and it teaches other fish to ignore nets and fishing hooks. This is why it's harder to fish each year, they say. Well, I think it's because more and more fish die each year, not because of some brainy monster from the depths. You could be right, although there are many mysteries to this world. Another question. Nothing really. Let's change the subject. Change away. It's not really allowed for me to chat with you, but I like it anyway. Aren't you too old for keeping watch here, old man? The old man looks you over and answers in a very serious tone. I'm guarding the boss here, and there's no need for running around. Different guys protect him outside of close quarters, but here, in this small space, I'm the best at keeping people out. Hope you won't decide to find out how and why. What's your secret? You don't look like a boxer. Must be a hell of a shot. Heh, kind of. Used to be the best one around. The man spins his revolver around his finger, throws it into the air, and catches it elegantly. Wow, I'd love to learn tricks such as this one. The old man warms up to you after your reaction to his trick. Well, what good is knowledge if you don't pass it along to the young ones? Check out my gun. Where do you think its center of mass is? Try balancing it on one finger, and I'll show you how to. The old man starts explaining the importance of balance. He shows you how to draw your gun extremely fast. By the end of his lesson, you get the feeling you know small arms a bit better. Thanks for the lesson, old man. That was real friendly of you. Now let's change the subject. Let's see, I need to see your boss. I have to tell him something. Or I have something to tell him. Oh, preparing to laugh already. Well, go ahead. Tell me why I should let you into our boss without invitation. I'm from Fyodor Maximovich. We have something to talk about. Well, if you're from him, it must be really important. Go on, tell me what he wants, and I'll tell the boss. Old man, you don't want to know that stuff. The old guard sees how serious you are, and shrugs his shoulders. If you know less, you get to sleep better, as they say. Go on, get inside. Quickly now, until I change my mind. And remember, no shenanigans. Good decision. Bye. Alright, I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we'll talk to him. We'll wrap up this quest at Peregon. Patrick, I believe, is the stalker that's up top. Well, let's go in here real fast. For this artist here. I'm pretty sure there's a quest in here as well. We end up fighting a group of people in here. If I'm not mistaken, once again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Patrick is the guy we talked to. He's one of the merchants. He's the scavenger we talked to in the tent city. I think. But the lip piercings. Anyway, I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we'll wrap up a couple of quests here in Peregon, and then maybe leave the city. Actually, no, we'll take a ride with Ivan Ivanovich back to Ultranoye. We can take care of that quest there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.